This presentation was developed to help you understand the importance of playgroups and how they play a significant role in supporting families and overall outcomes for children. The information will focus on what high-quality playgroups will look like and outline how you can use the quality practice framework tools to support improvement for school-based playgroups. First, I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today. We pay our respects to the elders, past, present, and emerging, as they are the holders of the memories, the traditions, the culture, and the spiritual well-being of the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples across the nation. In spirit of reconciliation, partnership, and mutual respect, we will continue to work together with the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples to shape the well-being of families and children, which responds to the needs and aspirations of the community. Today we are going to explore why high-quality playgroups are important for families, what are playgroups trying to achieve, quality practice framework and each of the 7 characteristics, the self-reflection tool and the quality improvement plan, and what is the role of a playgroup facilitator. What is a playgroup and why is high quality important? Playgroups are implemented by a range of organisations. There's community services, government agencies and schools. They are a unique early learning and development opportunity, bringing together children, parents and community. Early brain development establishes a child's social competence, cognitive skills, emotional well-being, language, literacy skills, physical abilities, and is the marker for well-being in school and life resiliency. Therefore, ensuring children have access to quality early learning support from 0 to 5 is vitally important to giving children the best start to life. School-based and community-based playgroups provide safe, stimulating and fun learning opportunities for young children from 0 to 5 years old. For children to gain the greatest benefit from attending playgroups, the sessions need to be of high quality. Therefore, ensuring children have access to quality early learning support from 0 to 5 is vitally important to giving children the best start to life. Now, I just want you to watch a YouTube video about the aims of the supported playgroup. So just click the link and watch the YouTube video, and it's about the aims of a supported playgroup. What are playgroups trying to achieve? So playgroups are a long valued part of family and community life across Australia. A playgroup's strength really lies in how the parent and child participate in shared experiences, strengthening their relationship and bringing mutual benefits. High quality playgroups should provide an added layer of care by using a trained facilitator to engage families, lead the playgroup program and link families with supports they may need within their community. The expected outcome of a supported playgroup model is really to bring about positive and sustained change for children and families and the communities in which they live. Supported playgroups are specifically designed to enhance parent-child relationships in a supportive environment. They should empower parents with the knowledge, skills and confidence to support their child's well-being and learning and development. They really should focus on supporting children's successful transitions to early childhood education and care and/or school, enable children to experience the developmental benefits of a supported play experiences in a stimulating, safe and creative space. They should provide an opportunity for facilitators to model positive and appropriate parenting behaviours and skills. And lastly, develop valuable social and family support networks within the community. High quality playgroups should be supporting parents to be their child's first teacher. Playgroups should be working with community support services to find families experiencing vulnerabilities and encourage and work with those families to attend playgroups. Because as we know, isolation is a huge risk factor for families. So by encouraging them to attend playgroups, facilitators can support families where needed. If we can identify areas of further support for children and families, then the transition to school will be much smoother process. So schools can have supports ready for when that child starts prep. In my conversations with working with school-based playgroups, they have reported that children attending playgroups have less anxiety when starting school and have more confidence that they are familiar with the school's environment. Now we're moving on to the quality practice framework for school-based playgroups. So the quality practice framework for school-based playgroups is a starting point for supported playgroup facilitators and the school leadership team to reflect upon their current practices and learning environments to guide quality improvement. It can be used as a foundation upon which facilitators build and adapt their work, which their group-based on the needs of the families attending the playgroup and the communities in which they live. So there are 7 characteristics within the framework tool. So number 1 focuses on educational program and practice. Number 2 is children's health and safety. 3 is the physical environment. 4, staffing arrangements. 5, relationships with children. 6, collaborative partnerships with families and communities. And number 7 is governance and leadership. So the tool was developed in line with the National Quality Standards, the Guide for Early Childhood Education and Care. The Quality Practice Framework for School-Based Playgroups is intended to provide information to school-based playgroup facilitators, schools and parents, and it's evidence-based strategies that can be applied to achieve high-quality school-based playgroups. The framework will provide a quality monitoring and evaluation tool for school-based playgroups to self-reflect on and measure improvements made in school-based playgroups over time. So within each of the 7 characteristics, there is a focus area of development, and within that, there are standards outlining not considering quality, considering quality, developing quality, and embedding quality. So the embedding quality is the high quality standard, which we're all aiming to achieve. So the framework includes, like I was saying before, the key characteristics of high quality school-based playgroup as a basis for quality practice. Then there's those focus areas of development to support and guide quality practice. And then there's the examples of the low, medium, high quality determinants that guide future improvements. So this tool will support facilitators to review the current practice, identify playgroup strengths, identify areas for improvement, and then from that, this playgroup will develop a quality improvement plan. Now we're going to move on to characteristic 1, which is educational program and practice. And that focuses on ensuring an educational program and practice created by playgroup facilitators that is child and family centered, interesting, and maximizes opportunities for enhancing and extending each child's learning and development. The playgroup program really should build upon each child's individual knowledge, their strengths, culture, abilities, and interests, and the facilitator should use spontaneous teachable moments, a play-based curriculum, and incidental opportunities to enhance children's play and scaffold their learning. Program and practice should be tailored and developed through the analysis of the school and community AEDC data, and the facilitator Regularly should plan a variety of play opportunities to support the identified data. So, facilitators should nurture the development of those life skills and ensure that the program complements the family's experiences, opportunities, and relationships at home and in the community to encourage that family that they are their child's first teacher. Characteristic 2 focuses on children's health and safety. So the characteristic focuses on learning about healthy lifestyles, including nutrition, personal hygiene, such as dental hygiene, hand washing, and healthy food snacks. Physical fitness, emotions, social relationships, that is an integral part to the children's well-being and self-confidence. The characteristic also focuses on ensuring that the playgroup premises, like furniture, equipment, is safe. And there's risk assessments that have been completed and documented with consistent and regular monitoring that's responsive, and also that adaptations are made if needed to ensure that the health and safety of children and families attending the playgroup. Now we're moving on to characteristic 3, which focuses on physical environment. So it looks at if the environment is well designed, both indoors and outdoors, that the space is welcoming, easy accessible to everybody. It should be well resourced, both the indoor and outdoor program, with open-ended play equipment and resources. It looks at if the resources are natural, recycled, some homemade materials as well. If the resources reflect diversity within the local and broader communities. And it also looks at that health and safety component as well. Characteristics 3 also focuses on if the furniture is age appropriate. It looks at environmentally sustainable, looks at if there's appropriate hand washing facilities or nappy changing facilities, and also the promotion and understanding of the respect for the natural environment. Now we're moving on to characteristic 4, that's staffing arrangements. So characteristic 4 focuses on the suitable qualifications for the playgroup facilitator, partnerships with families, interactions with families, professional development, and role modeling for families as well. It also focuses on the professional development training in areas of domestic violence, trauma-informed practice, which is vitally important when we're looking at a playgroup space. Characteristic 5, relationships with children, focuses on providing community support information to parents. It looks at supporting parenting needs and partnerships that are based on active communication and collaboration that contribute to children's inclusion, learning, and well-being. It also looks at techniques to support parents with behaviour guidance strategies. Characteristic 6 is collaborative partnerships with families and communities. So, this characteristic focuses on supportive, respectful relationships with families, which are essential to obviously achieving that best start to life for every child. The characteristic encourages building collaborative partnerships with families and communities, and also looks at that successful transition to the early years into school. Also promotes greater understanding through education of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people's ways of knowing and being, and honours the cultural heritage and needs of individual parents and children that are accessing the playgroup. Now we're going to move on to characteristics, governance and leadership. So this just focuses on effective leadership and governance of the playgroup to establish and support quality learning environments for children's well-being and development. The characteristic promotes the development of an improvement agenda for playgroup that is embedded into the wider school improvement cycle. that it's routinely reviewed, aligned to evidence-based tools and approaches. So that really is focusing on developing that self-reflection tool and then working through that quality improvement plan. It also focuses on professional development. It looks at the ADC data and how it guides planning to improve the playgroup quality. It also looks at facilitator that regularly updates and maintains that self-reflection tool and quality improvement plan. It's really looking at that whole school approach to get and achieve that high quality playgroup within the school environment. Now, that was just a quick overview of the 7 characteristics. So there is a PowerPoint that explains each of those 7 characteristics in more detail. So you can navigate your way through the Playgroup platform and find those 7 characteristic PowerPoints that go into more detail and that explain each of the learning outcomes within those within the playgroup framework. Now, this is just a quick overview of how to use the framework tools. So there's the self-reflection tool and the quality improvement plan. So the ongoing self-reflection tool really drives continuous improvement and is essential to providing quality experiences for children and families. So it looks at establishing and maintaining a culture of ongoing reflection and self-review, which offers challenge and inspires that motivation. The quality improvement plan help support quality play groups regularly to update and maintain their quality improvement plan as a dynamic document to guide progress towards improvement. By using the quality improvement plan, playgroups will identify new goals as part of that effective cycle of improvement. So the quality improvement plan is the document that you demonstrate what tasks you are doing to improve that quality within your playgroup. So the self-reflection tool for school-based playgroups. So the playgroup facilitator will work together with the school leadership team to identify those focus areas for reflection. Then choose 1 to 2 of the characteristic areas to self-reflect upon, and then underneath the identified practice evidence from the self-reflection tool, provide examples of how the playgroup is achieving the outcome within the characteristic. So the playgroups can use the whole document or reflect on all 7 characteristics to identify the areas that require the most attention and improvement. So you can see this is an example of educational program and practice, so characteristic 1. So you can see that, say for example, the focus area of development would be 1.1, which is the application of the early years learning framework. So maybe you're just a new playgroup starting out and you had no idea of what this document is, the early years learning framework. Have no idea, never seen it, never heard of it before, which is absolutely fine. So in the evidence section, you would put down in the not considered quality section that unsure of what this early years learning framework document is, we don't currently have a copy. So you just put that in the evidence section there. And then you would work through the document and provide specific examples of where you feel you're sitting within this self-reflection tool. So this is going to guide your focus, probably your most focused area that you want to improve that quality on. Now we're moving on to the quality improvement plan for school-based playgroups. So after you finish your self-reflection tool, work out which characteristic or a couple of characteristics that you would like to focus your attention on, and then write down your strengths. So what are you doing well and why on the top there? And then you would pick a couple of the focus areas of development for the areas of improvement and document them down there. Then you would start to develop your plan. So if you're wanting to focus on, for example, high quality 2.1, so premises, furniture and equipment safety aspects have been considered, documented and implemented, risk assessments have been completed, etc., etc. So maybe you haven't done any risk assessments for your outdoor or indoor space. So that's a task that you would like to complete. So you would document in your quality improvement plan how you're going to complete your risk assessments. So the first column is what are you doing that meets high quality? What would you like to change? Who's going to complete this task? So whether it be the school leadership team with the facilitator, or if it's just the facilitator completing the task, what, so you know how you're going to do it, and by when. Always put a date down there so then you know that's the deadline that you would like to achieve this particular task. So risk assessments, for example, may take a few weeks to complete those. So you might put in there that you want them completed, by the middle of term 1, for example. Now, this document should be a living document. So you're going to continue working through each characteristic, setting little tasks, achieving those tasks, and then reflecting upon your environment on the quality improvement plan again and again. So it's going to be a complete cycle of reflection, evaluation, tasks being completed, and then you'll go back to the framework and your self reflection tool and continue to self reflect on the environment, on each characteristic, and keep planning your tasks and achieving your tasks to really demonstrate that you're improving the quality of your school based playgroup. And also remember, don't set too many tasks that are unachievable. So if you've got one really large task that you want to achieve, then maybe that's the one that you want to focus on for the whole term. And that's okay because you're still demonstrating that you're improving quality. Or maybe you might want to choose one little element from each of the characteristics that you would like to focus your attention on, as long as it's not too unachievable and that you're continually working through that process and achieving the outcomes. Central offices developed a practice guide designed for facilitators who coordinate, plan and deliver supported playgroups. So the website link is there for you to access, and it's a great guide if you're starting out or if you're a well-established playgroup, to just work through the information booklet, and there's videos as well to really get you thinking about what you should have in your high quality playgroup. Here, I just want to leave you with some of my favorite quotes. So, the highest rate of return in early childhood development comes from investing as early as possible, from birth through to age 5 in disadvantaged families. Starting at age 3 or 4 is too little too late, as it fails to recognize that skills um, beget skills in a complementary and dynamic way. Efforts should focus on the first years for the greatest efficiency and effectiveness. The best investment is in quality early childhood development from birth to 5 for disadvantaged children and their families. And that's quote comes from James Heckman, but it really just reinforces the importance of developing high quality play groups for our families to access. I would like to thank you for joining me today. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to contact me. But like I was saying earlier in the PowerPoint presentation, now you can move on to learning about each of the 7 characteristics in more detail. And remember that there's lots of different resources, videos, fact sheets, templates that have been developed on the Playgroup platform that you're all welcome to access at any time. And again, please don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions. Thank you.